there was like a big pile of washing with like dirty jocks, dirty clothes all over. The bedroom, like it smelt like, you know, if like someone hasn't had a shower in about 6 weeks.
Like the smelly sock smell.
But like worse, so much worse. Like, and it was all just, it was a total mess. There was just clothes and junk on full display everywhere.
Hello and welcome back to the Get Rich Slow Club podcast. I'm Tash and I'm here with Brooke. Brooke Moves again.
Hello.
I'm obsessed with your house inspection stories on YouTube and Instagram. They are so funny. I feel like you've just seen so many horrible things.
We've definitely seen absolutely everything.
What's like the most, like the most interesting or like weird thing you've seen at an inspection?
Oh, okay. So I think the worst thing we've seen to date, and we've seen definitely a lot of absolutely outrageous stuff, but the worst thing we've seen is the dead mouse in the kitchen. It was sort of like squished into the carpet.
Oh.
And not only that, and it was a disgusting property. The backyard was like a tip. Like the community had seemingly been using it as their like local rubbish dump. But also like in the bathroom, syringes just like left out on display, and it was really quite a sight to see. And yeah, that was probably the most outrageous thing.
Yeah, I'm really shocked watching that because it seems very easy to pick up a syringe and put it away, and it seems like a legal issue. Like, how is that not a legal issue?
Yeah, well, so two things. I've asked the agent about it outside, and he was like, oh, I didn't even go that far, and he sort of just like laughed it off, which in the moment I was like thinking, oh my God. But to me, I was like, that's actually quite funny that he's done that. But when we put it online, people were so annoyed at this agent. They were like, how dare he risk the safety of the public like that? But I asked another agent friend, I was like, is this even like legal to like prepare an environment like this for the public to walk through? And he said there's actually no requirement for real estate agents to clean up or do anything to a property. He said most agents will put a sign or something up or like warn people. The particular agent that I spoke to, he will say kids not allowed if it's a really bad property, or like make sure you've got appropriate footwear on and, you know, a mask is recommended, for example. But there's no actual like legal requirement for agents to, make it a safe environment for people. It's very much like enter at your own risk sort of vibe.
That just feels so insane when you know how much money is made in the real estate industry. Like, that is so crazy that there's no kind of like signing a waiver or anything. Like, how is no one liable for anything?
Yeah, and that's why people are so annoyed as well, because we're in a time now where agents are making so much money that you think the least they could do was do a quick little walkthrough and like clean up a few little things, like at least grab the dead animal off the floor, you know?
Yeah, or just the syringe. Like the syringe is so easy.
Exactly. People did actually accuse me of like planting it there.
Really?
For a gag. I was like, guys, I don't need to set this up.
No.
Like, it's bad enough as it is.
I don't need to be that creative.
Exactly.
When it's just like, yeah.
But then I was like, maybe we could start. It's getting people fired up. Maybe we should work it in. But no, we don't need to.
the brand new syringe next to the old ones. No.
Yeah, so that was an absolute catastrophe.
Maybe this episode will be our petition to the government to change the rules.
I think so.
Because I feel like there's a lot of interesting stories in here.
I'm not ready.
These are all ones submitted by the community on Instagram, and we haven't seen them yet, so it's going to be very interesting. But I'm already like glancing at the first one being like, how has this happened?
Oh my God.
So story one, a colleague fell through a rotted wooden staircase and now has permanent nerve damage in their leg.
Oh my God. Did they have to go to hospital?
I would assume so.
Oh my God.
Like, that's like, how is, surely like the property owner or something has to be liable for that. Like, how is there no...
Someone's definitely liable. Like, that can't be
a thing.
That's not allowed.
No, but
you shouldn't be allowed to be like, in you go, and like, you know, oh, by the way, the floorboards are not structurally safe, so you might fall through.
Why is there no
There's got to be a line.
Yeah, like the yellow like police tape or something to be like, don't do this. Like, how has someone lived there for that long? Maybe they haven't.
Surely that's an abandoned house, but still, like, that's not right to be left with permanent medical issues.
Yeah, just from trying to go to a home open.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
I don't like that.
No. Next one. Black mould was literally on every surface, the walls, blinds, in the cupboards, carpet, and the agent tried to tell us it was dirt.
No.
Oh, I've got one of this, I think.
That's so cheeky. Agents will stop at nothing to sell a house. And you're like, I can smell it.
It's on the roof. Why is there dirt on the roof?
What the hell?
They told us a little bit of chlorine would fix it and that the previous tenant had no issues with the place. The tenant was still moving out and pulled me aside in the hallway and said they've been battling black mold in the apartment for years.
Oh my God.
I went to a home open kind of recently. It looks great on the photos. Went there. It was just a rental, not to buy. And there was mold all over the roof and like all down the sides of the walls. And I mentioned it to the agent on the way out and they were like, oh, is there?
No, don't be stupid.
Please come and have a look.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like reminds me of one place that we went to and there was like mold through the laundry, mold through the bathroom, you know, obviously like some issues going on. And similar at the start, I was like, oh, is there any like, because I was a really old, like rundown gross property. I was like, is there any issues, like any mold, anything? No issues, no, great property. And as we were walking through, I was like, well, that's definitely mold and that's definitely mold. And he was like, no, it's all good here. It's like, I've got eyes. Like, don't insult my intelligence like that, please.
Do they need to go to training course, like how to identify mold?
Yeah, I think so.
If that's what they're going to act like. Like we need to do a first aid bit on identifying mold and things.
Yeah. It's not right. Well, maybe we'll do the course.
Yeah.
And we'll say, here's the difference between some dirt and some mold.
Yes, and here's how to remove a syringe. Put it in the bin.
We'll do a little quiz.
Here's a sharp spot. Do you A, leave it. B, don't even go in the house in the first place. C, blame everyone else.
B is sounding attractive.
Yes.
Just ignore it and it doesn't exist.
I love that we've got rental standards, but it's crazy that there's not standards. I guess like you can sell a house to knock down, but I just feel like there has to be you can't let people in.
I think so. Well, that seems like common sense.
Yes.
But
anyway,
that's our government.
Moving on. I went to an inspection where there had clearly been a massive house party the night before. The place was completely trashed, beer bottles everywhere and ash cigarettes all over the place. My roommates and I were 21 at the time, so it wasn't actually a deal breaker. Lol.
Oh, you were like, sweet.
I can see myself here.
You're like, it's a great place to throw it down. Yeah. Sign me up.
Crazy.
Let's get that disco ball.
Maybe I should stop trying so hard for my rental inspections.
Maybe.
If this is just like what's acceptable.
You just don't even bother. Maybe include some syringes and they'll be like, wow, this girl really knows.
Yeah, it gives it some character.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the words they use? Character, charming,
exactly.
Quaint.
Yes, it's got personality.
Yes, yeah, I once saw dirty undies on the floor of the bedroom. They didn't bother to put them away. The whole place was a mess. I ended up walking straight out because if the agent can't be bothered to ask the tenants to clean, F dealing with that type of person.
Nice. We went to a place like that like a few weeks ago and there was I don't know if you saw it, we did a reel on it, but there was like a big pile of washing with like dirty jocks, dirty clothes all over the bedroom. Like it smelt like, you know, if like someone hasn't had a shower in about 6 weeks.
Like the smelly sock smell.
But like worse, so much worse. Like, and it was a total mess. There was just clothes and junk on full display everywhere.
So you can imagine yourself living there. It's like, look, your laundry.
Oh, it was honestly, I couldn't get past the smell for one.
Do they put a candle on? I love when they try and put a candle on, but it doesn't outsmell the rest of the smell.
And then you've just got two really strong smells competing with each other. Yeah, and then there was also like in the bathroom, which was my personal favourite, there was like a shaver with like genuine pubic hair stuck in it and like a little like shaving mirror like propped up on the side of the bath where they clearly had been like absolutely going for the pubes.
Yeah.
So it was a real experience, but it did not make me think this is a place
This is where I want to be. Yeah.
So take note, agents, but I feel like it doesn't really bother them, which is, shocking.
I love when they play music and I often go and turn it off and then you can like hear what's really going around. Like I love when you walk in, it's like the classical elevator music and then you turn it off and you just hear the train down the road or something.
Oh,
that I find quite funny.
That's quite strategic from them.
Blow the candle out, turn the music off.
Those are really great tips.
Yeah.
Whenever
they have something on, be like, what are they hiding? But it's interesting because like some ones you go to, they're not even trying. They're like, there's no hiding anything here. Just
so
welcome.
True.
Welcome
They just like take it all, leave it.
Yeah. You pretty much called the next one. I once found blood and shaving hairs in the bathtub. Yeah. Apparently that's common.
Not right.
No, that seems like a health thing as well.
Yeah, that's not.
And in the bath, you can just wash it down.
Exactly. How hard is it? Just
do they even want to sell it?
Spray wipe, shoot, and get it down. Like that was so easy.
Or just splash up the water.
Yeah.
Like it's
I don't like that at all.
No. Many years ago when I moved to the UK and I was looking for a flat chair, I was shown a room that had stuff everywhere and asked what was going on because I thought it was immediately available. I was told it was available as she died, but it's okay, not here in Iceland.
Oh, that doesn't make it better. What the hell? So they're going to move the stuff or just
Surely
leave it
someone
there?
has to move the
Someone
stuff.
has to come in and take it.
Does the lady not, I don't know, does she not have any relatives? Surely there should be a service or something. Maybe this is a business idea.
We're coming up with a lot of those.
Cleaners for home opens.
Yes.
I inspected a house for sale which was leaning to the side and being sold as is. Everyone at the viewing felt sick and had vertigo.
Do you know what? I actually think I know what property that is.
Really?
I think that is like out like Rolling Stone way because my partner went and inspected it as well. And the agent was trying to say like, you know, it's all like structurally it's fine. Like it's actually not going to tip anymore. And like they've had all the testing all done. But yeah, he said when he went, I bet you it's the same house. When he went, everyone was feeling so sick and it was so like crooked.
Why is it leaning in the first place though? You can't be like, oh, it's done leaning. It's just, I guess the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's yeah.
You can't use the Leaning Tower of Pisa as your case study.
Maybe they, yeah. There's a warning. They sent the warning through as well. Please note this property is being sold as is, where is, and will be noted on the contract as such. The price has been set accordingly, making it excellent value within a very highly sought after location. The levels of the flooring to the house itself are not even and you can feel it as you walk through. Nice. This has caused no concern to the sellers who purchased the property in 2019. When they purchased, they had a report from a registered building inspector completed who noted no major structural defects on the report. So it's always been leaning. What?
It doesn't seem right, does it?
No. But did they build it like that on purpose? I've got so many questions.
Surely that's not a deliberate thing.
I need you to tell me which one it was if you know. So I
don't know the address, but I reckon that would definitely, I'll find out and I'll send it your way. I bet it's the same.
I'm just a bit baffled. It's like, did they just straighten the photos for a little bit on real estate? You know when you take a photo a bit like too angled? Yeah,
and you're like, I'll fix that in post.
Yes. Crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. And I like from what I've heard from my partner, he said it was going for like a pretty good price. So there was like a huge crowd there. I think it was going for like $550 maybe, like in the 500s anyway. So that's why a lot of people, and obviously the photos looked fine.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like when you get really seasick and then you adjust, like if you live there full time 24/7, would you adjust after a few days or would it be like you walk back on normal land and then you're like feeling sick again?
I think you would constantly be like you'd constantly be toing and froing, I think.
So many questions. I feel like that should be a standard thing as well. Houses should be built not on an angle.
They should be straight. Yeah. As a bare minimum, that'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
We'll take what we can get.
I was so excited. I'd finally found a place that ticked all my boxes. I've been looking for so long. I emailed the agent for a price guide and it seemed too good to be true. The agent quickly responded and said the auction guide was just within my budget, which was $1.3 million. That'd be a nice budget.
Yes. You are cashed up. Good for you.
20 minutes after receiving that response, I got another email. The agent had accidentally sent me an email meant for someone else. It said, "Hi, my name." And then below that, it said, "Hi," the other person's name, who had inquired about the same property, but gave them a price guide that was $100K more than they had just given me, so $1.4 million. The house ended up selling for double the price guide, $2.2 million. And the reserve for $1.5 million. Long story short, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and the agent is probably lying to you.
That's naughty. I feel like that's genuinely illegal to underquote,
Underquoting
right?
is legal.
Yeah.
I know in Victoria, New South Wales, I don't know about the laws in Perth anymore, but I'm assuming it's the same.
I would assume too. I remember because recently, you know that Anthony influencer guy? He was doing like the sweet treat videos.
No.
And he did like a video, his family were like selling their house and he like made a video. He was like, I feel like that's not right. The ad that the agent put up was like far lower than what they were expecting it to sell for. And he like perhaps in a bit of a silly error, like did like a TikTok about it. And then the Purple Pingers, who we all know and love, called him out and was like, yo, that's so illegal, you can't do that. And then I think like the ad changed almost immediately to be updated to like a more accurate price.
Like a limit, like if you have an ad and it says $1 million and like there should be a limit where it can't sell for 10% over. Like you have to actually sell it.
Yeah.
And if like 100 people offer 1.1, then you should have to just go into a lotto. Like that should be the rule.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That would fix the problem.
Let's lobby for that as well.
Yes, add it to the list. I've got so many solutions.
We're doing a full-on task force here.
Yes. No more outbidding by so much money.
Yes, exactly.
What do you think of the people who hire Ferraris to sell really average properties?
I think, what a slay.
I saw one.
It's giving like desperate loser, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cute.
I saw a news interview and it was with a really old guy who was selling a very, very, very average property. And he was like, oh yeah, it looks cool. And there's like the Ferrari outside of like the very old suburban, like maybe like 3-bedroom little unit. But then like this old guy being like, yeah, like it just feels so out of place.
I think it's
if it gets views.
I think if it gets views and it like draws attention, then I guess it's achieving what they set out for it to achieve.
It's a double win for the agent or the people who hire out the cars. Imagine if you're like, I want a tax deductible Ferrari. Business expense.
And also like, I guess like an inspection goes for like half an hour. And if you've paid the day rate for the car, you can fang it around on a nice little Sunday drive. That is the perfect use of a business write-off.
We're not trying hard enough, I don't think. What are our dreams?
Catch me rolling up in a Ferrari next time.
I'm thinking like, how do I hire like a jet ski for a home open or something? Well, like for my job. I don't think I can hire a jet ski.
It's going to have to be a waterfront property.
Yes. I'm going to be a waterfront property agent now.
And you're cruising through the
Really
canal.
fast. I like it actually.
I can see that being like, it's niche, but I think that could really take off.
We could be real estate agents.
I think so
You've
too.
got the skills.
Well, I think you've got the skills too.
I know. Your storytelling is next level.
You stop at you. But I actually, do you know, it is like, because someone suggested this to me the other day, so I sort of like was like thinking about it, like doing the course. It is like, it is a really, really easy course. And you don't need to like, I don't think it's like a time thing. I think you just like complete an online course and then you're ready to go.
Book. My mum did it because she's a commercial property manager and she'd do the regular real estate one for something else she was doing. And she did it like, they went and sat in a classroom for a few days and it was like a workbook and then you sent it off to be marked.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And then that's it. And then you're an agent.
We could only get like the really unique properties. That'd be so fun. Like the ones you jet ski past or ones that aren't leaning but are cool in other ways.
I'll take the leaning one. Yeah.
We'll revisit.
We could definitely, next task force meeting, it'll be item number 1.
Yeah. Next corporate board meeting.
I'll be here.
I once went to an inspection and the agent forgot to bring the keys.
Nice.
I'd taken time off work to be there, so it was a bit annoying, but it was understanding. They rescheduled for the following day, so I took work off again. They brought the keys this time, but not for the right property.
Oh,
I didn't bother going back to the next one.
God. That's not good enough, is it?
No.
I just think it speaks to like the type of people that are getting into property agencies.
What's like the entitlement where you're getting paid so much money and you can't remember the keys?
It's
Like I forget my own keys sometimes, but that's different.
You're
It's
yourself.
your job. Yeah. I can pay for a locksmith quickly.
I cannot tell you the amount of times I've locked myself out of my house or my car.
Yes.
I think I've probably got a house deposit out of all the payments that I've had to make to the locksmith.
Yeah.
But that's me. The only one that's getting affected by that is my own silly self.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that when you're
Working.
inconveniencing a dozen other people. That's not
the
right.
person who's trying to sell the house or like rent it. Like imagine being like, oh, no one came. But really it was my fault.
So sloppy, hey. It's not good enough.
There should be like a better way to report everyone.
I think so. I think there would not be many names not on that list.
Yes. I'm sure there are great people out there, but
I think maybe everyone should start on the reported list and work their way off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this amount.
That's my plan.
Yeah, you've got to prove yourself a bit more. Yeah, I like it. Oh, I like this one.
Oh.
I once went to an inspection but couldn't see one of the rooms because someone was sleeping in it.
Nice.
I had this couple who lived in my apartment that I was renting out. And they did this like every inspection for a while, like different because it was a rental inspection. But yeah, they did it 3 rental inspections in a row and then all of a sudden they had a baby, a mystery baby they didn't tell me about, which is fine. I'm happy like for people to have babies, but I just thought it was really interesting that they were always sleeping in the room so they couldn't inspect it, but really they were hiding a baby in there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so they hid her pregnancy and then the child. And then they said, oh, sorry, we have to break the lease because we've had a kid and we want to move.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And I heard rumours because I know my neighbours that they'd had a baby. Because I was like, oh, there's like a few odd things going on here.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. I just found it very interesting.
So was it one of your properties?
Yeah, it was my apartment that I was renting out in Perth.
Oh my God.
And I rented it to this couple and they, like the property manager, because it's like a 2-bedroom apartment, but it's like not that hard. Like it's very small still. So she would like fill out the rental inspection report for me and it'd be like bedroom 1 fine, lounge room, kitchen fine, bedroom 2, person sleeping couldn't go in. But they did that like so many times in a row and then all of a sudden there was a child.
Like I think they could have done like the classic maneuver, like if you have like a pet, like just take them out for a few hours. Put them in the cupboard. Take them outside, take them for a walk. Yeah. You know, like pop it in the pram and get it. I feel like that could be
But they did really
easy to get away
well
with.
because there was no evidence of like baby stuff anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Like incredible.
Wow.
And
I guess good on them in a way.
Yeah, I feel bad that they felt like they had to hide it because I would have been like, I would have given them like a congratulations present. But instead I was like, what is going on in that room?
Oh, they thought they had to be secretive.
I don't know. But then they broke the
keeping
lease
secrets
anyway.
from their big scary landlord.
Me being like, have I done something wrong?
They're terrified of you.
Crazy.
What have you been putting these poor people through, Tash?
I gave them a gift voucher.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Not acceptable.
Westfield gift cards on it. I'm glad that happens a lot of times though. When you're trying to sell a house, that's interesting though.
Yeah.
Is that like the protest if you don't want your house to be sold? you're like the nuisance. It almost feels like a movie. Like
Oh,
you're
like
the
if you're a
nuisance.
tenant sort of thing?
Or like if you're like it's your house and your like wife wants to sell it, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I can't imagine what it would be. And maybe you're trying to sell a house, your husband wants to sell it and you don't. So you're like at the home open and you're just like being
You're
messy,
tutting around.
laying in bed, sitting on the
causing
couch,
chaos.
being like, the terrible neighbours.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I would definitely be doing that.
Yes,
Out of
definitely.
spite.
That'd be fun. I saw a place that was so run down and falling apart to the point that there was heaps of street cats roaming around and living in it.
Cool.
Is that
It's
a bonus?
getting hygienic.
Yeah, free cats.
I've always wanted, like, one of my life goals is to have a property with just shitloads of rescue animals.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be a perfect property for me.
Yeah.
Because I've already got started with
Yeah.
a big bunch of cats.
It's amazing. It's like you're 2 steps ahead.
Yeah.
You could start your own RSPCA.
I would think I would actually really love that.
Yeah.
Whoever that was, send me the link.
Get a discount.
Yeah.
That
Referral
is
bonus.
so bad though.
Yeah, that's a bit tragic, isn't it?
I think it like goes to the whole why aren't we taxing people more for leaving properties vacant? Like
don't
to the
get me
point where it can like
started.
get that bad. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not right.
Okay, we've got 2 more. I went to an inspection on the 2nd level of an apartment and the current tenant was in the dining area eating cereal in his undies.
Oh.
Plus, there was a hole in the living room floor that looked down into the apartment downstairs.
Oh, what?
That's the tenant who doesn't want to move out.
Why is there a hole in the floor, though? What's going on there?
I feel like it just seems so like you're in a movie. These things shouldn't be real.
Yeah. They've got the stick and they're like smashing the roof because it's too loud.
Yeah.
And they've gone all the way
Just gone
through.
Or just buildings these days. You don't need to make them up to scratch. Just like,
Yeah. We went to this house the other day and the whole like living space inside, it was being held up by scaffolding inside.
what?
So like not only had the ceiling and everything above it like completely blown through.
Yeah.
But yeah, just all of this scaffolding holding the whole house up.
Wow.
Yeah. And so naturally they called it like a renovator's dream or something.
You've already got the free scaffolding. Is scaffolding included?
Yeah. But kudos to the agent because they actually had the caution tape around the scaffolding. So I thought, I've got to give points for that one.
Were you ever worried about it still falling in if there's scaffolding randomly holding up a roof?
I was terrified.
Yeah, interesting.
I was like, the agent was like, it's got really good bones.
No, it doesn't.
I said, it's falling in.
That's the no.
You can't, I can see what's going on here.
Yeah.
The roof doesn't exist.
It's just had like surgery where you get the
that
plates
is not
installed.
structurally sound.
No.
But
We need to ban their keywords.
yeah, I know. You could play like jargon bingo every time you go through a house.
That'd be kind of funny. Maybe I'll have to come with you one time so we can.
You'll have to next
Yes.
time you're here.
We'll tick off all the words. Good bones, character, charming.
Definitely no mould.
No. Mold doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the new misleading lies or whatever, fake news. Mold isn't real.
Yeah, exactly.
We went to a deceased estate inspection. One of the owner's children had been living in the property and clearly didn't want to move or sell. They were making every effort to scare us off by leaving drug paraphernalia around and coughing all over everyone at the viewing.
Oh.
It didn't work and the house was sold at auction.
Oh. Well, you can't knock them for trying.
Yeah.
I want to be staying somewhere for free too.
And maybe if you're still grieving the loss and you're like, oh, the memories, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to slow it down a bit.
I just can't imagining the agent being like, oh, please stop. Still just wall barrier, stop coughing on them.
It's so awkward.
And trying to get over the personal embarrassment to cough on someone would be very interesting.
That would be, it's definitely a choice. It's definitely giving you would have definitely been in trouble during COVID for doing that.
Yes.
You would have been arrested probably.
Do you take masks and gloves and everything with you now to attend inspections?
Look, I haven't been, but I definitely need to. Someone actually the other day suggested I start taking a meth kit.
Yeah, hazmat suit.
Yes, that too. I think I'd look quite cute.
I think that'd be so good. You rock up in your little car, you open up the boot, you start getting it's like a crime scene. Maybe it would stop other people trying to compete with you.
Maybe.
If you put the full on.
Maybe that's my ticket in.
Yeah.
Dress up like an absolute crazy person.
No, but you're dressing up appropriately for the environment.
So
and then you
true.
interview the agent in their fancy suit.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Imagine me and I'm just standing there in my hazmat suit interviewing them.
Yeah.
I've got my goggles on.
The big puffy blue ones would be cool as well.
Yeah, there's full-on scrubs.
The face shields.
Yes, I definitely, that's actually something to seriously look into.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely, I reckon I could count on one hand the amount of properties I've been into and haven't felt like my safety is in danger.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a great idea.
Very, this is funny to laugh about, but it's so sad that that's the state of the
It's
housing market.
horrific.
Crazy.
It's definitely highly depressing, but
Yes.
a classic case of if we don't laugh, we cry,
Yes. I'm glad you're able to make so much fun out of actually quite a terrible situation.
It's the only way.
I think we can start advocating for better laws for, I don't know, standards for home opens.
Yeah, I think so, at the very least.
Minimum.
Can I ask you, what do you think about, how we're talking about lots of vacant houses and how they shouldn't be vacant if, we're in a housing crisis? What do you think about people like squatting in the vacant houses?
I think it's controversial, but I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Like we have squatters rules for like a reason. And you have to live there for, I think it varies by state, but 12 years before it becomes yours. Like if the government's not going to do anything about it. I think it would be different if we had a law where it was like you got taxed really, really, really heavily after a year. Then I'd be like, maybe don't.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get taxed anyway and they're paying for it.
They're already paying for it, yeah.
But I think it's like kind of the rebellion where it's like, yes, squat in the houses until they introduce laws or until they deal with the housing crisis.
True.
Yeah.
It's kind of sassy.
Yeah,
I kind of love it.
If nothing's going to happen, because I don't see why you need to leave a property vacant. And I understand if it's a year, maybe they've gone overseas for a little bit, maybe they want to renovate, maybe there's delays, maybe they've run out of money to renovate, I don't know, whatever it is. But a year is enough time for you to be like, I'm going to sell it or I'm going to pay these hectic taxes.
Especially if it's a house that's in really good nick.
Yeah.
Like if it's modern and nice and doesn't have any the irony is a lot of these houses are in better condition than houses that are actually being sold or being leased out.
Yeah.
And it's like, why wouldn't you go and sort of try and take that up?
I saw in London or the UK somewhere they had a program where houses were going to be demolished, the public ones, but they gave people really cheap rent until they were being demolished. And the con was that they could be kicked out at any notice. But they were like, why are we leaving these vacant if people could be living in these in the short term? And it's not a good solution long term. But I feel like there's so many apartment buildings vacant in Australia as well. And they're not being taxed either. Like we should be using everything to the best of our ability.
Yeah,
so
it makes no sense that we're not.
Yeah. So for now, like if squatting makes the rich people who have houses sitting vacant care, great.
Yeah. Or I'm all for it.
Yeah. I also hate the idea of like people who are unhoused being moved on as well when they can't sit in like the public areas and you see that happening.
That's the thing. Like where do you want them to go?
Yeah.
There's nowhere. Like if you have nowhere to go, you don't have like a support system.
Yeah. And we don't like have, I guess like overseas in some other countries, they're kind of set up, like I don't know what the proper word is, for like slums or whatever, or shanty towns, where they build these kind of like little villages. But then in Australia, we don't really have that because they just get kicked off and moved on, which is like, where do they go?
Yeah, exactly. There's nowhere. And then they put the hostile infrastructure in like bus shelters or places where people could like rest.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I just want to lie down. I have a house, but I want to lie down.
Yeah.
Let me lie down. My drunk mum wants to lie down.
everyone needs to have a lie down.
Yeah.
Everyone needs like to have a nice place to have a little kip.
But unfortunately, it's just easier to be like out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it, it's not a problem. When unfortunately, it's a massive problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's devastating. Yep.
But all for taxing vacant houses because there's no reason for them to be sitting like that.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Well, realistic way to end the episode. Thanks for joining us again.
That's sad.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks so much for joining us. If you found this episode helpful, please rate us 5 stars, write a review, or share with a friend. If you're new to investing, make sure to listen to our first 10 episodes. Follow us at Get Rich Slow Club or Tash at Tash Invests or me at Anna Christina.
The Get Rich Slow Club podcast is a collaboration between Tash Etchman from Tash Invest and Anna Christina from Perla. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to investing. So make sure you check out our financial services guides and read the product disclosure statement and target market determination for any investments you're considering. See our show notes for more info. Any advice is general and does not consider your financial situation, needs, or objectives, so consider whether it's appropriate for you. This show was brought to you by Natasha Etchman, who is an authorised representative 1299881 of Guideway Financial Services, AFSL 420367, and Perla, who is an authorised representative 1281540 of Sanlam Private Wealth, AFSL 337927. The Get Rich Slow Club acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land we record on. From coast to coast, across land, waters, and communities, we pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.